in case you've been living under a rock for the past, like, 10 years, I just wanted to remind you about everything that DC has done. That means, you know, make a cinematic universe to try and compete with Marvel, and then yet, you know, failing miserably. Oh, tell me about it. It's so bad. Okay, I will admit I like some of the films, but, you know, it's good that we're getting a reboot, because, let's be honest, this universe is beyond saving. So, I'll just catch you up to date with what happened with DC, and, you know, then I'll just explain what's actually happening in this new universe, like every other YouTuber does for when DC's getting a new universe reboot, something like that, I don't know. So, anyway, first of all, it started when Marvel had released the entirety of MCU Phase 1, so now, in 2013, DC released Man of Steel. I gotta admit, it's an okay Superman movie, but, I don't know. I think there's no, I don't think it's the best, because, you know, it's not really what I call a good Superman movie, but, you know, it still has some good moments in it. I do like Henry Cavill's Superman, though. He is a good actor, but I don't like how the studio wanted to waste Superman. You know, wasted potential just there. Anyway, then they went straight on ahead and announced a bunch of things that would be a part of the universe, but ended up getting cancelled. For example, the Green Lantern thing has been worked on for some time, but got cancelled. Or, well, it's really different to what DC wanted to release for now, you know, because, like, it's coming out new. And then they also, but they did release a good few movies, like Batman vs. Superman, and now I will admit I like Batman vs. Superman, but it's still not the best. And they released Justice League in 2017, which was, to be honest, the worst superhero movie. Well, I wouldn't say worst superhero movie, because there's things like Morbius exists, and, you know, stuff like that. And also, well, Batman and Robin exists. But yeah, it's basically one of the worst films that DC has put out. And, you know, now I do admit I like the Snyderverse, especially since they made Zack Snyder's version of Justice League, which is way better, but I don't like the direction they're going with, honestly, and I don't think a lot of people enjoy the Snyderverse too much. So I think it's actually a, you know, better that they just reboot everything. And, you know, James Gunn, who directs the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but also directs well, he's now going to be the new CEO of DC Studios, which is really good. But there is some movies I really like in the Snyderverse, like Shazam and Wonder Woman. Now, I think, yeah, it might be a good idea to replace Wonder Woman, because, you know, she's connected to the DC EU. But Shazam hasn't really met the Justice League, but Superman did show up in the end of Shazam, but we didn't see his face. We didn't see Henry Cavill's face as Superman, so we could just say that Shazam, let's just say, you know, maybe if they were to include Shazam in the universe and keep the same Shazam, then they could just say that was the Superman of their universe. And, you know, plus, you know, it seems like a good idea. in my opinion at least. And also Blue Beetle, I think, is definitely going to be safe when it releases. Oh yeah, and the Flash. Let's talk about the Flash. So the Flash is going to reboot everything, but I don't know if it's going to be good or not. Of course, it's going to be good because the trailer was really good. But you know, there's going to be like, you know, I just wanted to mention that that I sorry, I wanted to mention that yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, the Flash is going to reboot everything because of the cool storyline called Flashpoint. If you haven't read it, don't worry, I haven't either. But basically, I'm more excited for Michael Keaton's Batman showing up, so this could be Michael Keaton's proper third Batman movie, you know. And, you know. But also, yeah. DC basically made a completely terrible cinematic universe, but they're fixing it. And they're gonna start that off with the Superman movie called Superman Legacy in 2025. Oh yeah, and by the way, remember when they announced that Man of Steel 2 was coming out and then they just decided to cancel that? Yeah, that was so annoying. But I see it makes a lot of sense. So yeah. But now they're actually making a proper Superman movie that's going to get released, and you know, hopefully this is going to be a Superman movie everyone's looking forward to seeing. Oh yeah, and clearly they just said, if, you know, you're wondering, since they want a younger Superman, and, people are thinking Superman could be, you know, really young, yet Batman, well, I'll talk about Batman in a minute, but Batman would be quite old since, you know, he's gonna have, like, his 4th Robin by now. Now, I'm going to just mention that they said a younger Superman, and they never said Superman in his 20s, or Superman, like, around, I don't know, teenager, like Spider-Man for some reason. But no, they just want a younger than Henry Cavill Superman, and to be honest, you know, that might be the best idea. I was thinking they were going to do an origin story for Superman, but then I was thinking, you know what, I kind of like the idea of Superman being just maybe a bit experienced, since Batman is also going to be experienced. Also, granted, now let me talk about Batman. For the people who don't read comics, James Gunn wants Batman, and since, you know, the new Batman movie that's coming out, it's going to have Damian Wayne as Robin. And now, for those of you who don't know, Damian Wayne is Batman's 4th Robin, and Batman's biological son, meaning that he's related to Batman, as in, like, he's his son. His actual son, not adopted, you know. And this must mean that characters like Dick Grayson as Robin is already Nightwing. And of course, Dick Grayson is probably like the Robin most people know. Because, you know, he is the Robin who has been featured in the movies. So yeah. And to be honest, a thing that most Batman movies have been missing, actually nearly all of them, have been, you know, Batman and Robin teaming up, because that's just something I want. You know, they never do that, and to be honest, it's really annoying. So, yeah.
I have a feeling something
But,
new is about to happen.
right. So luckily, The Brave and the Bold, which is the title of the Batman movie that is going to be James Gunn's universe's version of Batman. And don't worry, it's not connected to the Robert Pattinson's Batman universe. You know, Matt Reeves directing the Batman. Don't worry. And plus, like, the Batman Part 2 is also getting a release date. And the Batman Part 2 is the title of the of the second film for the Batman. So I suppose that's good. And yeah. I was oh yeah, and then let's see. So James Gunn said that, well, not James Gunn, but I think someone did say that the Batman Part 2 is going to release in 2025, and that must mean that The Brave and the Bold is releasing in 2026. I feel like that's a long way away, but since we're in 2023, I'm pretty sure we'll get there in no time. So yeah, happy me. And yet, I want to mention that since this is actually a good thing I'm looking forward to from the Batman from the new DC universe, because you know, because well, Batman, since Batman's getting his fourth Robin, that must mean that Dick Grayson's Nightwing, which also means that we're gonna get all these versions of Robin. So basically what I'm thinking is that I want a Nightwing movie, mostly because I think Nightwing's a cool character, and to be honest, let's just face the facts here. Nightwing looks cool and sounds cool. I mean, like, the name Nightwing sounds awesome. I mean, like, just look at his costume and then you admit that he is really cool. But also, so we can get a Nightwing movie, and who knows, maybe he could be a Teen Titans member, you know, maybe he could lead the Teen Titans, because, I would like that idea for Nightwing there. I'd also want to see Red Hood, since Red Hood is the second Robin, Jason Todd. I'm not going to explain his origin story. If you don't know who Jason Todd is, then sorry, maybe go research about him. But yeah, we could get a Red Hood film, or more likely maybe a TV show, I don't know. Maybe we can get a Nightwing and Red Hood team-up movie, or a TV show, but I think movie would be much more likely since these two are really cool characters. But yeah. And now, since Dayman is the fourth Robin, I should mention the third Robin, since I mentioned the first and second one. Tim Drake is the third Robin, and, you know, I just want to mention that he is my favorite Robin. And, you know, there's not really much for him to do, and he could get a movie, but I don't know. I don't think Tim Drake's Robin, or Red Robin as he's better known by, after he, you know, gives up the mantle of Robin, or better yet, he was fired. Yeah, so I have an idea how he could be included, so I just want to mention that Tim Drake could be with Batman at the beginning of The Brave and the Bold, and then once Batman meets Dayman and Dayman becomes Robin, Tim could like, I don't know, leave and become Red Robin, or Tim could be the Robin of the Teen Titans. Meanwhile, Batman still has Dayman you know, with him. This is gonna be probably one of my favorite ideas. And to be honest, I don't want to leave out Tim's Robin, Red Robin, because he is my favorite Robin, to be honest. I also really like Jason, by the way. He's cool. I mean, like, his story's quite tragic, but, you know, he dies and comes back to life. What do you expect? Yeah, maybe I should just mention Jason's story. He dies and comes back to life. That's basically it. So, since I'm probably done talking about everything about Batman for the universe, so I might as well talk about the other characters I'm looking forward to seeing. Now, to be honest, I can't wait to see Brave and the Bold, aka, you know, the film that's gonna be, you know, Batman, you know, with Robin. I think it's said so many times. But yeah. But we're also getting a Green Lantern TV show known as Lanterns, which I'm really excited for since it's got Hal Jordan and John Stewart both as Green Lanterns. And, you know, by the way, Hal Jordan and John Stewart are both the names of the two most well-known Green Lanterns, in case you don't read comics or know anything about Green Lanterns. It's the only thing I can really say that for people who don't read the comics or watch the cartoons is probably the Green Lantern movie from 2011, but to be honest, I think that is, well, it's okay, I think. It's not the best, but to be honest, after, you know, a while, I think we need a brand new Green Lantern. And plus, Ryan Reynolds is now playing Deadpool in Marvel, so I don't think that will help. But yeah. I can't wait for the Lantern show, because I really like the idea of getting a new Green Lantern show, since, you know, Green Lantern has not been around since 2011, and he was meant to get his own, Green Lantern was meant to, have his own film in the DCEU, called Green Lantern Corps, or something like that, but, yeah, it's been delayed so many times, so I think it's actually a good thing that, you know, that we're getting it now. Also, we're also getting a TV show about, Booster Gold. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know I know who he is, I just don't know much about him. All I know is that he's a time traveler who went back in time to become a superhero because he wanted to be cool, I guess. And to be honest, the only form of media I know about him is from LEGO DC Supervillains, where he was an unlockable character, but other than that, I know literally nothing about him or his character. So, to be honest, I think I want to see this show a lot, just to learn about him. And to be honest, I think it could be good. Also, I hear that the Suicide Squad could be still a part of the DC universe. I don't know how this is going to work. But yeah. Yeah. But I think the Booster Gold show will be good. And it needs to be good because I need to like this character because he seems cool. He has a cool costume looking. So I will admit, he does seem cool. And to be honest, if you didn't know this, it's okay, I didn't know this either, but one of James Gunn, you know James Gunn, the new CEO of DC, one of his favorite superheroes is Green Arrow. And I think he wants to do a Green Arrow project, so I think Green Arrow is definitely going to be in this universe, 100%. Let's be honest, that is 100%. But if, I should also mention that, Blue Beetle, yeah, I think I mentioned this before, but Blue Beetle's movie that's coming out this year is gonna be, connected to the universe. So yeah. Also, James Gunn specifically said that the DC EU, when there's stuff that's not canon to the universe, like the Batman, for example, that released in 2022, you know, it's getting a sequel in 2025, that'll be known as DC Elseworld, you know, just from another universe. So, you know, we could be seeing other projects that are not canon, so I kind of hope that's true. But also, I want to mention that that there could be a possibility we could get a Batman Beyond film. Batman Beyond is let me explain this to you if you haven't watched the DC animated universe. It's basically the universe of, you know, TV shows of DC. I'm pretty sure a lot of people watched it growing up, and, you know, had some really good shows like Batman the Animated Series, and of course one of these shows is Batman Beyond, and I really want a Batman Beyond film. I heard there was a cancelled Batman Beyond film with Michael Keaton being an older Bruce Wayne, which I wish they didn't cancel that, because it was going to be a DC Elseworld project, I hoped. If not, it could have been part of the Snyderverse. I mean, like, not really the Snyderverse, but what they had planned. I guess that's what they were trying to do with that. Similar reason to why Batgirl got cancelled. But yeah. And I don't really think there's much else I could talk about. There's also, well, the fact that we're getting animated shows as a part of the universe. And of course, I don't know how I feel about that. I think it could be good, since if these animated characters are going to be in any live action shows or films, then I guess that you know, James Gunn said that the voice actors will voice the voice actors will play the characters in live action. So that's something I'm looking forward to. But I'm not sure if this is going to be the best idea, but we'll just have to see. So yeah. That's it, I think. There's not really else I think I need to talk about. Also, we're getting a Wonder Woman kind of prequel show, I should mention that. But I don't know if I want to watch that or even take interest, because to be honest, I don't really care. But also, yeah. I don't know how I feel, because like this seems like it could be a lot more of a better, successful universe, and I'm not so sure if this is going to be better than the MCU, since the MCU is having a hard time right now. But Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was a good film, and so is Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Phase 4, I think, is completely overhated, but yeah, there are a lot of problems that Marvel is having, so DC could have a chance to, you know, become more successful, and I'm a bit scared since I do prefer Marvel over DC, but, you know, at the end of the day, they're just comic book characters, and you learn to respect each universe and things. So, yeah. And if this universe is successful, great. If the universe is not successful, then DC probably just made a huge mistake. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be really successful. Oh yeah, and before I end the video, make sure to subscribe, and make sure that subscribe just to make sure that Marvel end up saving their universe by the time Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 comes out this year. And, well, also subscribe if you are a huge Batman fan like me. And I'll see you all in the next video.